Getting old has its drawbacks, but you can't let them discourage you. You will notice that when you get up in the morning, there's an ache or a pain or a stiffness. You just have to accept these things as they come and learn to live with them. As simple as that. I've always had a positive outlook on life. If there were any unpleasantries, I've forgotten them. Everything that I've done or been exposed to, or people that I've met, have been wonderful. My name is Buddy Grover. I'm 96 years old, and for the past 13 plus years I have been a volunteer here at Absecon Lighthouse, tallest lighthouse in New Jersey, third tallest in the United States. I was born just east of Trenton, New Jersey, in a little town called Hamilton Square in 1927. I accredit my good health to several things. The first thing I do when I wake up in the morning is knee chest exercises, hopefully bringing all the organs back up where they belong. I'm very socially inclined. I talk a lot. I interact with the public constantly. I do Sudoku and crossword puzzles constantly. I read constantly. Although I'm a slow reader, I read all the time. I'm very fortunate. I accredit a lot of this to the genes. All the women on mother's side were well into their 90s. And my father, who was born in 1898, lived to be 80, which was very good for that generation. I worked in the hotel industry. I worked as a mailman, and then I worked for the city, driving the other old folks around to the doctors and dialysis. And my total income now from those three sources is about $35,000 a year. My biggest expense every month is rent, and that's $659. The body is just used to taking a nap, and it hasn't had a nap today. You all right?
Yeah, okay, thank you.
Yes. We're in the lobby of Inlet Tower, which was the first senior citizens subsidized housing built in Atlantic City over 50 years ago. 22 years ago, I moved in here. I have the top floor, front corner, beautiful apartment with magnificent views, and I'm a happy camper. And it's going to be this one. Third floor, second floor. Been here 22 years today. I think I mentioned that. What are we talking about now? I enjoy living alone. I never get lonely. Do things at my time, at my speed, and that independence to me is important. The only thing I miss is having somebody around to put lotion on my back. This is where I store my CDs, my DVDs, my LPs, and the books. This is my bedroom. This window faces east, and my living room faces south. So I have circulation a lot. Very good. I'm proud of it. Actually, that sofa belonged to my mother. It's got to be old as dirt. I am older than dirt. I had friends who were volunteers at the Lighthouse, and since it's close to where I lived, it seemed like a good idea to get involved. There's something to do to keep me busy and socially active. When I went on vacation in November, I picked up a bug and came home with pneumonia. I spent 10 days in the hospital, and old folks are not supposed to get pneumonia. Usually it's the end, but I have better luck than most people. Still not enough strength to climb 228 steps. So in the meantime, I am staying in the museum on the ground floor, and I'm acting as a greeter. Until this mishap, I've been climbing the lighthouse for over 13 years. I was at the top. I do miss climbing. Who's at the top?
Dan.
Buddy Grover is something of an institution here. He's been climbing for at least a dozen years. And it's just astounding that at 95, he was still climbing this lighthouse a couple times a week.
But the pneumonia was a real kick in the tail somewhere. Since then, I have grown arms. I didn't have any arms when this picture was taken. This was 1956. I began working in a hotel on the boardwalk called the Shelburne. A woman from Spain began working at the Shelburne in the housekeeping department, and they were going to deport her. Well, I thought about this and I said, I think I should marry Aurora to keep her here. So I did, and she stayed. And decided in the beginning not to have children. We traveled. And we've had many, many beautiful trips all over the world. The actual year she died, I'm not sure of. I have it in my calendar, but I don't carry it in my head. But we were married for 47 years. I don't miss people. I just accept what happens. I never shed a tear when I lost my parents or my grandmother or my sister. I can't do that. I don't need to do that. I just accept what happens and keep going. Dan, you can throw the ball now. All right, ready? Here we go. This is the tennis ball. I go to sleep at night and I think whatever comes to mind is not disturbing. My dreams are usually rather meaningless. That's his water bottle. Actually, they're rather humdrum. I'm just doing something in life that I would normally do. I wouldn't mind having some fancier dreams, but they just don't seem to come. And the next thing I know, the alarm's going off. You made it!
All right. Now you're gonna find the bottom. Okay, watch out. Heads up, buddy.
Heads up. Well, I got my hat on. Okay. Go ahead. You aimed that directly at me.
I gotcha.
Right in the back.
All right, put that back in there.
Put that away.
Yep. All right. Good to see you. Buddy, nobody can take your place.
Well, we'll see.
There's this phrase that says volunteers are worth their weight in gold. More so.
Oh.
We could not do what we do without the help of our volunteers.
And especially the ones that give up.
It's like a family.
You haven't given up. You're still here.
It's like
You're
a
still
family
working
here.
hard.
It's like a family
It is.
here, and we all
It
get
is.
along really well, and we really love what we're doing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm preparing as much as I can for my demise, but I don't think about it solely. I know it's going to happen one day, and when it happens, I'm ready. Actually, my body is going to Rutgers Medical School, the Robert Wood Johnson Medical School in Piscataway, New Jersey. And I have a card that I carry with the phone number to call, that they will come and get my body and take it back, and take up to 2 years to use it, which has its advantages because I don't have to worry about claustrophobia, being buried in a casket, and I don't have to worry about the heat of cremation, at least for 2 years, and by that time I won't care. After serving his country as a United States Marine, Buddy became an Atlantic City postal carrier. Now he carries on the tradition of being atop our lighthouse every Friday. I think the acknowledgement is just that I'm getting older and still here. They have to do something to let people know that you're that old. I'm living from day to day and looking forward to what tomorrow is going to hold. Well, it's always something worthwhile. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.